log right into the same account. Hey folks, we're talking about how easy it is to Google Hangouts are new. We're all testing them and trying them out. And you don't want to know what? I feel like we just left. Like 2 minutes ago, we finished last night. We were talking about paddling back out, and here we are again. Well, we're excited to be here, Paul. Paul and I were just discussing how simple it is to log into Google Hangout. All you do is log into the same email account and just click on the button, Google Hangout. But we try to invite each other, and it doesn't always work out. Did you see that bird?
No, I missed it.
It was pretty cool. Okay, so Paul, how's it going today? What's going on?
Oh man, I just cruising, man. Been checking out the Big Idea Mastermind all day, and I'm just so amped on this thing. I've been online for about 6 years now, and this is what I've been waiting for and looking for throughout my whole time, online marketing, and it's finally here. So I'm over the moon right now, Steve.
I'm kind of over there too, buddy. I mean, right on over the moon.
I really think people with absolutely no internet marketing experience at all can make money using the Big Idea Mastermind and the techniques that we're going to show them. It's going to be just easy as can be.
Yeah, the difference between this and everything we've ever been part of and everything I personally have ever seen is the duplication rate is going to be through the roof. I mean, it really is. Typically, you get started with a company and you're worried about where you're going to, how many people are going to fall off, how much are things going to crumble, as the days go on. And this is completely opposite. It's like, as every day goes on, every single day from here on out, something gets new and developed for beginners, which then builds on that foundation. And then all the experts, some of you are maybe experts or you're a beginner. Well, either way, you want it to be a solid foundation for beginners. So then the experts are able to focus more on helping more beginners get involved. And then the beginners are able to, learn without any experience, not knowing anything, zero, and be successful at internet marketing, working online, traveling while you work. That type of success can affect the entire world. Because if you learn how to make money online and then you learn how to show somebody how to make money online, I mean, it can get really fun. Anka, how's it going?
Hey everybody, how are you? How are you, Stephen?
Oh, it works.
Hello, Anka.
How's everybody? Everybody's jamming already?
We're jamming.
I have a voice.
Looks good. Sounds good. Thanks for coming back. We're excited to have you here, Paul. Paul's in San Diego. And Paul, you're hanging outside today. I mean, you got the dogs running around, the kids and the cats, or what's going on over there?
It's just really nice outside. I'm out here on my little terrace.
That looks great.
Enjoying the weather. We got a loud plane flying by, and it's great.
That's awesome. It's and you're in Chicago?
I'm in Chicago, yeah. The weather is getting better, but the weather is going to be perfect in April when you guys coming over for the event.
So everyone here online, we're all going to be in Chicago, and you're already there, Anka, and how excited are you?
It's exciting, especially because I just was to Hilton Hotel this past weekend. I had to go to an event there, so I had the feeling how it's going to be in April, with us. All of us gathering there is just crazy.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it's gonna be something else. And with having Vick there, and he just rented the 5,000 square foot place for all of us, I'm sure we're all gonna have an incredible time. And then everyone's going to Hawaii, where I'm located, just a month later. So that's really unique. And Paul's right there in the middle.
Yes.
And so yesterday we had brought you in. Paul, you hear a little bit of feedback? How's the volume and everything? Paul's right there.
I hear a little bit of an echo of some sort.
Really? Okay. How about you, Anka? Do you?
A little bit, yeah. A little echo.
I hear a little bit. It's probably echoing off. How about everyone else? Did we hear an echo?
Hmm?
Let me pause my end real quick, Paul, and you go ahead and talk.
No, I don't hear it now. Do you
Yeah,
guys?
it's done now.
It's done.
It's gone. Okay. Yeah. But I stopped talking. Okay. So
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
it's trees, and nonetheless, it's okay because I'm not going to be speaking a heck of a lot here, and we're going to be focusing on branding and how Vic we all watched the second video. Did you have a chance to see it already?
I saw a little bit. Yeah. It's amazing. It's just getting better and better and more exciting and more exciting.
Yeah, and he's like giving away tools to help you brand yourself, to help you be in business. And as Paul's saying, Paul's feeling, I am feeling as well. This is something that anyone can do. Any person will be able to do this, and gauge and find their type of success. And that doesn't mean that everyone who does this is going to make a ton of money. Everyone's going to rake in as much money as you've ever dreamed of with this. I'll say honestly, I personally have earned over $10,000 in 30 days utilizing this system, the Big Idea Mastermind. Now we have access to it. So this was before we even had access. And then there's results like that across the board. Lots of people are seeing those results, and then thousands of people are seeing just like the beginning of results when things start to happen, which in a lot of businesses that never happens. 95% of people don't make any money, and then a small percent of them do. But I'm seeing a difference here with us having access to this type of system, but having the ability to connect with each other. And like we're about to learn now, we're going to learn into branding and how important that is. And so we brought in our branding expert, becoming a good friend of ours. We're all actually becoming, we're getting to know each other more. We're working together. We're all throwing in ideas and then going back and implementing them and learning from one another. And so it's a real pleasure to bring you here today. I know that you are on the leaderboard in the Empower Network for having a tremendous amount of leads. And I know you're, you're new to the Empower Network more or less, so that's impressive in itself. And we really appreciate you being here. So, Anka, what do you have to say? Like, where are you coming from, and tell us a little bit about who you are, and also then dive into branding. Let us know how we can help you throughout it. I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah. First of all, Stephen and Paul, I appreciate you for doing all this. This is such an amazing community. Amazing people, unexpected but wanted. Like everybody wants a mentor, everybody wants support. This is the main thing that actually is missing from this internet industry. Personally, just to make it short, I'm originally from Romania. So beware. Hopefully nobody's going to catch 12 o'clock at night because I transform in a vampire. Just a little joke. I came to the United States like 9 years ago. Back home, I had background in law. I finished law school, so I practiced law school, lawyer. I've been a lawyer. Came here, and I end up in a completely different industry. I work in skincare and makeup, like high-end, with celebrity pretty much. I work here in Chicago for close to 7 years. So I had a really, really high impact working on people like one-on-one, help them to achieve beauty, confidence, through skincare and beauty, pretty much makeup. So, but in the same time, I was attracted by the sales part, because we had to produce big numbers. I was producing up to 700,000 a year for one brand. And marketing, for me was really interesting to see the power of, for example, just one cream, it's like $200. How somebody buy that, So I always I was amazed by the whole process. But then I had this entrepreneurial feeling, it's been always in me. It's been always with me. So I said, what else I can do? And then I researched more, and I found this great opportunity, which is the internet marketing, network marketing. But then I was alone, I was by myself, and that was not fun. I didn't like that. I kind of create myself, I started buying a lot of books in internet marketing, in business, in what should I say, self-development, a lot of self-development. But I felt so alone. My next step was going to events. I tried to go here in Chicago, as much as I could. And then by the end of, I believe it was December of 2012, I found out about Empower Network. Do you guys hear me well?
Can hear you really good. Yeah.
Perfect. So, like now I'm getting, closer to the story. I got on Empower Network under a different sponsor. By the time it was December, I didn't knew about Vick at all. Nothing about Vick. So I got in. The thing was, I did everything possible. I did blogging, SEO, Facebook, I mean everything. But I didn't get support at all, guys. I mean, zero support. This sponsor of mine was a great guy. I mean, still, he is, but just no support. And I needed that, And I listened one call, like I think end of December in Empower, and I heard Vick talking first time. And I was shocked. I was not impressed by the numbers that he produced. I was impressed by his thinking, He didn't think like everybody else. He really cared about others. He was real for me, it was just mind-blowing.
Yeah.
So the next thing that I did, I took the kind of like a crazy decision at the time, I say, what, I'm going to Austin. The next event was Austin, I'm going there. First person that I met there, when I did the registration, Vick was there, shooting some videos with some people and some part of the team, part of the BIM team.
Yeah.
And, Vick said one his webinar, he said, guys, if you ever go to events, sometimes you get one thing from that event. And that's my case. I got Vick. I said, what? This is the person that I want to follow. But then I got a little stuck when I came back from Austin because I didn't know what to do. I say, how can I drop my membership and join BIM? I was like in between. But then I talked with the support, from Empower Network, and they told me, if you got released by your original sponsor, you can always join BIM. So this is exactly what I did. I was very confused, and I'm very loyal, I was like I didn't feel good about it for a couple of nights. I couldn't sleep. But then, what is the best decision of my life? So back to you, Stephen. I remember yesterday you said about the wave, it's always a wave when you surf that it's better than the one that you just ride. That was my wave, so I never give up. And I just had to be here, and I'm so happy to be in this team. It's unreal. The people, the support, the connections, the relationships that we build every day. I chat with people that, I don't know them, but I feel that they're my family now. It's just crazy. It's so good.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit.
Sorry to interrupt. You're really fortunate because Empower Network has completely changed.
Yeah, I know.
On March, you can't switch no matter what. You have to stop and wait 6 months. But there's a lot of stuff going on like that.
But that's a true story, and believe me, it was not easy.
Yeah.
Joined in December. By I think close to February 1st, I was in BIM. But I had to, That was a personal thing, and I don't regret it. And thank God it worked out.
Yes.
For me.
Have you made any? Have you just made any money since? I mean, how long have you been with the Big Idea Mastermind? Just since February?
I think it was end of January and beginning of February. Yeah, and my sponsor, my mentor, it's Paolo Barroso, which I adore, I should say. He's amazing. He's teaching us every day. He's supporting. He's everything that I ever dream, and cannot wait to meet him in Chicago. But then you guys, you inspire so many people. It's just, I feel blessed to be here, tonight, and just to be part of your group is just. You actually back to branding, where we started the conversation. You actually branding yourself now. I mean, people, they look at you like you're an expert, you're an authority, in the industry. And this is what we need. We need support. We need people that it's showing us the road. It's horrible to be by yourself.
Yeah, it's hard.
So,
it's hard to learn things, and it's hard to find people who are willing to teach things. A lot of times people get really busy, and then they can't teach you what they learn. So you have to learn the hard way. Most of us learn the hard way. And very few of us are fortunate to consistently learn the easy way. The easy way to learn is when someone shares with you, especially when someone shares with you that you don't know. Because then you're like, wow, I can't believe I just learned that. I've been looking to learn that. So
exactly.
Yeah.
I agree with you. So back to branding, what I can tell you about the biggest value that you can give away, it's us. That's, the value of a person is just helping others, be there for others, and help them to transform, because we are transforming now. We are in the transformational degree now. But then we have to go to the core beliefs of our potential clients, potential customers, and we have to help them to transform. That's why, the mentoring part is so important. It's part of branding. Just make them feel accountable for their actions. They try to take this. There are a lot of steps we know by now, and we're still growing and still learning. Like I learn every day something new. But it's part of branding. It's you presenting yourself and us, everybody in the room, as an expert, and as you have to be an authority. How can we do that? What steps we should do? And everybody has to, especially Vick. Vick is teaching us some big lessons. We have to stop thinking horizontal. Horizontal means, okay, BIM is just an amazing sales funnel. No, we have to start thinking like Vick, which is why he does all these amazing videos, why he creates all these landing pages. We have to wonder, and then we get her in the zone where it's a discovery zone. So we have to become extraordinary. We have to forget the past, where we've been ordinary. We have to be extraordinary. We have to be distinctive. This is part of branding. Be different. Think different. Start thinking big and act upon it. It's just growing and be. This is part of being a mentor for somebody else. And as facts, first thing that we have to do, especially because we are new. I mean, some of us, they are experts in internet marketing, network marketing for before. But first thing that we should do, it's a personal website. That's the main elementary thing that anybody can do. Because, for example, okay, we are in a Big Idea Mastermind, but who are we? Where we're coming from. It's just we have to present ourselves, because people, they're going to start search for us to see, who's Steven Munson, who's Zanka Yanko, who's Paul Munson. So the first thing that we should do is a personal website. A personal website, actually, that we're not going to sell from. We're just going to put our bio. We're just going to show the world what we're doing. And if we don't do a personal website, actually, we are not securing our future. It's a must, a personal website. It's just, domain, like with your name, could be on your name, or could be, for example, Steven mentor me, or something related with your name. Doesn't have to be like your whole name.
Yeah.
And then you need few elements that are, they're distinctive for you, which is a logo. You can blog a little bit, but not like every day. It's not a must. What else you can do? You start videos. That's you guys agree. Like we're right now, doing a YouTube channel. It's a must, because through a video, we're actually going to grab more attention. When people, they're going to click and going to see what's all about. What we're talking about. We can talk about live stuff. We can talk about. You can pick up like a subject, how to do ads on Facebook, or how to do a little traffic, anything. People, they're gonna be captured by your content. So a video, a YouTube channel will be perfect, or Vimeo, it's another one. I start doing some videos back in December. Unfortunately, YouTube, as you guys know, they everything that was related to the Empower, they took some out. So I lost some videos, but it's fine. It's more place to do. But when I was in Austin, actually I did some interviews with few leaders in Empower, and that was fun. And actually, I recommend everybody to do the same when they're coming to Chicago or to Hawaii. Just grab your camera and start interviewing the leaders. Interview Steven, interview Vick. I mean, doesn't matter who you feel comfortable, or you just have to do it, because that shows you. That's a part of branding. Video. And then it's another way that I can recommend, and I'm working on everything that I'm talking right now. I'm working on myself. So I'll show you guys soon as I finish all my work, because that's part, preaching and teaching, but you have to show it too.
And I think that's a really good part for everyone to understand. What she's actually saying needs to be done, and if you feel overwhelmed, like, oh, I haven't done that, and you start feeling overwhelmed, well, welcome. We're all here at the same place. Paul and I are doing that. We're making videos to put on to a page of who we are, just like she's discussing, and then you go and move forward and just establish YouTube channels, and you start getting subscribers and making videos. You just got to start, and then it starts falling in place.
And something easy that anybody can do, just start subscribing to other people in the same industry like us, like internet marketing, and then ask them, just message them, like, can you subscribe me back? So that way you create more relations, and you grab more attention, from our public, I should say, potential clients. What else I want to say? Articles. If you really want to part of branding, you can start writing some articles, and it's so much content on the internet. You just grab, let's say, grab a subject. I'm trying to let's go back to traffic. Just traffic, and make few articles, like easy steps like this. Like I just give an example: 7 mistakes when you try to do paid traffic, or 8 beneficial, I'm trying to think now, reason to do banners. I'm just giving like saying. And then it's a website that I know it's paid, it's a paid website, but if you really want to make a statement, online, it's called submitanarticle.com. And actually they put you your articles in there, everybody can see them, like they come up on Google a little more higher than other places. But of course, you can do ehow.com. I mean, your articles, they can go to other free websites. What else I want to tell you about branding? One thing that I learned, last year I was to an event, and I learned something from that. And from that time till now, I'm trying to do this. It's branding with association, means taking pictures with back to the leaders, taking pictures with big names in our industry, and this is what I did actually. If you have the possibility to go to an event, definitely take pictures with those people. I can give you an example if you guys know the names. I have a picture with Armand Morin, if you guys know him. Mike Filsame. If you know Jay Conrad Levinson, the father of guerrilla marketing, I have a picture with him. Some names from here, from Chicago, and now my biggest acquisition, I should say, I have a picture with Eric Trump. I told you guys I was to this event this past weekend, and I don't have it now, but it's coming because they have to put it on his website.
Yeah.
So that's when people they see you next to big names, they definitely it's called human grabbers. You catch their attention and they see you as an expert. This is the whole idea. Branding, it's expert. Being an expert. But then branding also equals pride. Pride what? Because last time, I'm so glad, Stephen, I'm so glad that my microphone didn't work, because you had such a momentum, I couldn't interrupt your momentum. You were extraordinary. I was like, oh my God, what's this?
I know. I was thinking the same thing, because he asked me to jump in. I was just like, no.
No. He was too good. He was too good.
Thank you.
But back to pride.
That's why when I was talking the other day about when you only do things when you feel like it's just easy, if you're branding yourself and you're making videos or YouTube and you feel this huge discomfort, you can break through that discomfort. You can break through it. You can force your way through it. You can mentally get through it. You can just physically figure it out. Or you can walk away in even 20 minutes and just walk away from it. And then you can snap into a different momentum and come back to it. And it might be just really simple that you save time doing it. It's with everything, though. And so, yeah, it just it's flowing.
Hey, Anka, what would you recommend to somebody that, you know, they want to start a YouTube channel, but they're not really good at doing videos, but they, you know, they want to start getting videos out there, and what would you recommend to somebody new at that's, you know, not very comfortable?
Good question, Paul.
Good question, Paul. Yeah. First of all, get out of the comfort zone. You just have to do it. You just have to do it. You know what? I'm not comfortable right now either. You know, like I know it's, you know, it's you guys, it's the others, but you just have to be there, because if we are with Beam, if we are with Jam, if we are with the BIM, why we're here, you know? How can we inspire others? You know, you just have to do it. Like, it's not comfortable, and it's then you just start repeating. You know, today we make one. You know, maybe in 2 days you make another video. You just have to do it. And then the thing is, you have to show what you have unique, because everybody has something unique, you know, about it. That's, you know, that's you know, God created us like this, so we have to show our uniqueness, you know. And then we have to take risks, you know. Okay, I'm doing a video, but it's a risk, but then that risk, it's actually an opportunity. You can inspire somebody without even knowing. So you just, you know, turn your camera on and shoot a video for about, you know, 1 minute, up to 5, up to 10 minutes. Not too long, though. That's not good either.
Do a 45-minute video.
Yeah, exactly. And just be have that enthusiasm, you know, show people that you're happier about it, and you're confident, and you know, I'm sorry, like I was, because I have an idea in my mind now. I have to tell you guys, like, people, they're gonna show that pride, you know.
Yeah.
Stephen last night was like on fire. Why? Because he has the pride. He believes in the system. He believes in Vick. He believes in his team. He believes in everybody. So when you have pride, you actually you show it off. It's just, you know, we're humans. It's just that easy, you know. You show your enthusiasm. So you just have to do it. I know a lot of us, they're not comfortable. I was not. You know, I started making videos in December. I'm new, but guess what? I'm not new anymore. You know, just so everybody is in the same place, I believe.
That's really good.
So, about back, should I keep talking about a little more about branding?
Yeah, I am curious too. If someone's just like, and one thing I want to like touch on and try to clarify how we can help this is, when looking at join a mentor, and it only focuses, like, we're focusing on adding value to what Vick does, our mentor. You can add value to anything in life, and what the idea here is that the more leaders that we can get, the more people that say, hey, I want to be a leader, I want to brand myself, I want to earn above $10,000 a month, I want to earn above $20,000 a month, I want to be on that level. Well, naturally, if you want to be a leader too, you feel like, oh, that's my competition, that's my competition, it's time for me to do my best to rise above, eliminating my competition. But, you know, what if you said the difference? That's my friend, that's my teammate, that's my partner, that's the person I share ideas with, and I give ideas too, and I support them and they support me. And then all of a sudden, instead of it being a competition to be better, it's a competition to raise one another to another level, and another level income, another level helping people. So what we can do here is, in addition to what Vick's providing, is a $500 tool for free, so you can go in and kind of do this really simple without having to go and spend a lot of money or redo it on your own. And then we can go and add more value to that by saying, hey, look, we're going to support each other's teams. We're going to support each other's ideas. Or maybe we're going to tell you if your idea needs some help, or give feedback. But then, you know, develop the people at the bottom that don't have any experience to then give value to the leaders, give value to, if you want to be a leader, then you get support, not just from the people that you went out and recruited into your business or who got started with you, but you get support from other leaders who are also just, they're there to help you and you're there to help them. And that changes the game here. That then means you have this whole community of people working together. And so, like, let's put this a little bit further down the road. Let's say there's 150 people that are all leaders. Instead of those 150 people competing against one another, let's say each of those leaders knew one thing really good. And then all those leaders were sharing their ideas. Then able to get all those ideas to benefit from, to grow and increasingly grow everybody's business, everybody's community, everybody's net worth, whatever it is. But that's the easiest way for all of us collectively to have tremendous over the normal success, tremendous success, that you go from, man, I was worried about money, to, wow, here comes money, to there's more money coming up every day that I don't even know what to do with, to I'm able to help more people than I've ever even imagined, to the next level, to the next level. But, it all goes back to you. It all goes back to what you're willing to put aside, what you're willing to sacrifice, and if you're just willing to get out there and be a leader or support a leader in either role. And even that is branding. When you can brand yourself in a way to say, hey, you know what? I'm not there yet. And I don't feel bad about that. But where I am at is I'm really willing to learn. I'm willing to help someone who is a leader and give them everything I can, so I can then learn to become a better leader for the future. So you have to also accept where you're at, elevate yourself, push yourself, but don't think that everything has to be done based on somebody else's time frame, because there's all these other leaders who have all these other experiences and all these other accomplishments. So if you can backpedal to who you are humbly, and then say, hey, look, I'm ready to be a leader. I'm ready. I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn. I'm ready. I'm here. Then you raise your hand, you get that support. Or you go the other avenue, and either way. So yeah, what would be, Paul says, what's the first thing to do as far as videos, and then, on top of what you already said, like, realistically, what do you recommend someone as far as gauging, hey, is this time for me to go into this, even though I'm just kind of scared? Because I think that, when we all step out to be a leader, you're scared. I mean, it's just naturally, it's different. It's easier to, like, kind of like do somebody else's thing, but,
Yeah, I agree with you, Stephen. It's never been a better time than now. I mean, BIM, what the whole system, and Vick, as a leader, the main leader, is just, it's out of this world. Like, for me, the most catchy thing, what changed the whole game for me, was the idea of a mastermind. Even the word, mastermind, it changes everything, because Dave and Dave, they have a vision and they reach that vision. Look how many people they are in Empower Network now. But Vick had a deeper vision, I believe. He's guiding us, but it's not just guiding us. He creates something special for us, and he actually pushes us to be leaders. It's different. It's like it's a different approach, I believe. It's just, he had success online, he helped others, but now we get even more, like a deeper level support. And I believe you just have to decide, okay? It's not like, I wake up today and, okay, I am a leader from today on. But you have to decide for yourself that you will be successful for others. That's the thing, because we've all been struggling. We all been, in this game for a little while. So we know that if we can become better, we can give more. It's the power of giving. It's not the power of receiving. It's the power of giving. More you give, exactly how you said, we should all be united. You know one thing, I know one thing, Paul knows one thing. Everybody knows something. And if we gather all the information, then we all going to be successful, and we can help others. That's the thing. And actually, I want to recommend the book. Because I saw in the other Google Hangouts, everybody's talking about, like a good book, and I have a good one. I'm not sure if you guys know about, but that's a book that I absolutely love. It's called The Go-Giver. Do you ever heard about this one?
I heard it. I don't have it, or I haven't read it, so.
Oh, you have to get it. If not, I'll buy it for you as a gift when you come to Chicago.
Cool.
Don't buy it.
Okay.
And it's a little story about. It's actually not. It's not like a business book. I don't know, but it's all about business and. How can I put it like in the right words? It's about relationships, because it's not about where we are right now, Stephen. It's not about selling. It's about relationships. I think you agree on that.
Yeah,
because if we build healthy relationships, money will come. Like the wealth will come to us. It's all about relationships, because first of all, people, they need a lot of support. Could be marriages, could be healthy lifestyle, could be. So I think we all have the same pain and the same joy. Like I relate with you. You said like you're sleeping on your friend's couch.
Yeah.
I relate with your pain. You can relate to it. So we are all the same, but it's all about relationships, and it's not about selling. So this book, it's all about this guy working a corporate job, and he found a mentor, but he looked a little bit for that mentor, but he found it, and that mentor showed him the way of being successful, and actually the way it's giving. It's exactly how you put it. Just helping each other and be there for others. That's the main thing.
Wow, and that is so true. And we knew that developing relationships was the #1. If you can develop relationships in this online business world, and network marketing, affiliate marketing, and direct selling, and any type of online business, if you can figure out a way to develop relationships, you can take it to another level as far as your income is. Because if you find someone willing, who wants to change, and they're willing to change, but then you go and have any type of relationship with them, whether it's connecting on Facebook, this adds a lot of value on Google Hangouts. So Paul and I not only get to know you better, you get to know us better, but the 120 people or the 1,000 people or the tens of thousands of people who watch this after this also get to know you, get to know us. It's a way to connect further, and that's why we encourage different guests to come out so we can feature who you are in your story. And it is clear, like being open about struggle is a way for you to become successful. It really is. But a lot of us are like, oh, I can't tell anyone that happened to me. Well, I mean, but it probably wouldn't. It certainly wouldn't surprise Paul and I. I mean, like, and it doesn't matter what you've been through. It actually, in a way, it helps so many people when you're open about it, because you have a way to connect with different people that you didn't even know, and share with them some light on what might be a dark place for them. And you're really true about giving, because you have to give with no expectation of receiving. That's really where it lies down, because I'm guilty of this, and maybe you're guilty of this. You're saying, I'm going to give someone this because I'm going to get this in return. A lot of times I said that.
Yeah, but we learn.
Yeah, but if you start giving without worry of receiving, just know it's done. Like I say, it's like a boomerang. If you throw it out good things, it comes back good things. If you throw out bad things, it comes out bad things. Or it goes back to way back biblical times where you're like, at the beginning you tithe, okay? So anticipation of getting back tenfold. It's the giving has to come from a place of, I want to just give this away. Whether it's I struggle with something, or I know how to do a particular thing in a certain business, I can just share that with people, and then you'd be amazed with what really comes back to you. And so, yeah, that's a cool sounding book.
I experience exactly what you say. I experience right now, even today. I had a problem with the microphone last night, and my friend, because now I consider everybody my friends, my family. Henry Brady, helped me today. he took the time, and we look around the Google, to see. So this is all about, being there for others. It's just amazing. You feel better, and then the person that get a little gesture, from you feels better. It's all about not necessarily like being positive and make others happy, but I think deep down in our hearts, we all need to be helped. We all need the recognition. It's just we have to stay with the basics, and everybody is going to win. I think it's it's all about align ourselves, for good things in life. This is how I think we are in the best place here. It's just
we really are.
I don't have words anymore.
I think we all made a good decision of working together, and what we're working on, what Paul and I are working on, I looked at it like, wow, I mean, if we would Paul and I just all of a sudden one day said, let's put this together for our teams in the future for business, then we would have been like, wow, this is, why doesn't really everyone do this is the first thing you think of. Then you're like, why haven't I ever done this? And then you're like, why isn't everyone doing this? But putting together like a simple process to learn to make money on the internet or online, just a very basic step-by-step general newbie's guide is huge. I mean, we're going to have that. And then to add on to that, a way to support and help each other. So like for everyone who's in Join a Mentor, let me say this, for those of you that are brand new, this is how you can look at your business in the future, that you get somebody started, they have a simple process to learn from. So you don't have to go back and answer the questions like, hey, how do I set up my get response? How do I log in and send out a broadcast? What is a list name? How do I connect my API thing? How do I go and where do I get my free traffic? How do I go get paid traffic? Like the questions go on and on and on. And in fact, if somebody asks you a question that you're like, I can't believe that they didn't know the answer to that. Have you ever had that happen? You're like, I can't believe you don't know the answer to this question. Those are the questions I'm looking at as like, that's priceless. If somebody asks me a question and I say, I can't believe they didn't know the answer to this question, I copy it, I put it into a list with the answer there. So then let's say that in 2 months from now, there's 1,000 questions.
Yeah.
They're all loaded in a thing, and someone logs in, they type in the question, and then the answer comes up. I mean, we all see that, a frequently asked question database. So if you had a newbie's guide to getting started, then you had the frequently asked question database, then you had a live webinar help desk, someone who's brand new cannot fail. I mean, they cannot not make sales, because if you go through particular proven guaranteed things, you get results. But the problem is a lot of us get lost and we don't go through it. We get overwhelmed and we give up, we throw our hands, we move on. Or we were part of a thing that was already overwhelming to begin with. We thought we had to be the next big heavy hitter on the team or the next, Babe Ruth of the industry, and so we never got any results because we forgot to just make simple results. Like the example with surfing, go out, catch one little wave so you can build your way up to bigger ones. Or just go out there, wait for the one big wave, trip yourself out, never catch a wave, go into the beach, feel humiliated, be let down with yourself, look back and think about it, how you really wish you would have, I really wish I would have caught a wave, and then contemplate whether you're going to go and do it again. So what if we went the other route and we said, if someone gets on our team, they're going to go catch a wave right away. And then I can then set them up for bigger waves, for bigger income levels. And so we can naturally work our way up. And so we're going to make this exclusive. Like, you can be part of this team if you want the low stress, knowing that you can share things, knowing that you can have faith that your new people are going to get what they need to get results, then that'll be this place. And so we'll do these Google Hangouts. And let me ask you real quick, is this your first Google Hangout?
My very first. Last night I could, consider, but I didn't talk. So last night was first time, but now first time I'm talking. Cool.
So we're starting something. You're like the 7th, 8th person. an area inside of Join a Mentor that says, I did my first Google Hangout with the Munson Brothers. But then we're gonna get Vick's gonna do the same thing. And if we get hundreds of first Google Hangouts and then they're in a database, that to me, there's a lot of what you shared tonight. Very powerful information for us. It's easy and simple to understand. Anyone can apply to it. Now we can all go back and be able to share this with our teams as long as we want to. You know, in addition to everything else that we're learning, and the more people we can bring out, the information that we can share and we can all have access to for our teams. And, you know, it's not a joke or a maybe if we're extremely lucky deal that we're going to have Vick, Dave Wood, Dave Sharp on Google Hangout. I mean, it's not like maybe, hopefully one day. It's a guaranteed. We're definitely doing it more than likely before Chicago, you know, and everyone who's part of this, you can not only bring people that particular session, but you can have this in your back office that you can log in and share at any time you want. In fact, how cool would it be if you just wanted to share a particular hangout with particular people at certain times, or you know, you wanted to have where they could access all of your hangouts and figure out which ones that they want to check out for free to get training or more valued information, or you know, whatever you feel like works best. There's endless amounts of things that we can apply with this simple concept of working together and giving and just giving more. And it's going to make doing business fun, less stressful, you know, less of a burden. You don't have to feel like you have to know it all or have to have the answer to everything or always be available. You don't always have to be available. And in fact, the reason that we do this business is to not have to be available. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, true.
You generally do this because you now want to. It's not about available or not. It's actually, I want to do this. I want to work because it's not work. I asked Vick, did you work harder when you were poor or now? I asked him. His answer is, I don't feel like I'm working. I just feel like it's a project that helps me, that helps other people. It's not work. That's how I feel.
It's just amazing.
And everyone I talk to says that.
I'm thinking sometimes, you know, he's one person, and how he's sleeping at night knowing that he impacts so many people is just unbelievable for me. It's just unreal, you know, like one person, one brain, you know, one vision, and then we are not excited. We are hyper excited. I mean, I don't sleep at night, you know, like this completely changed, VIM completely changed my life. I don't know. I'm a new person. You know, I started from last year, like changing and transforming, but this is, and I talk with Cindy Lean. She feels the same. With Philippe Horta, he feels the same. It's just, I talk with people. Everybody is like, it's in a new mode, you know. It's something else.
This isn't normal. This hasn't happened over and over and over again. This isn't luck. We're not lucky because we're here. You might think of it as luck. I believe that this is what is planned for all of us, supposed to happen now. It's not just a coincidence that a lot of us either had some bad experience before or multiple different bad experiences with business online, and this was the first time you're like, it's finally here, it's clicking, it's working. Yeah. And this is from engineers, financial experts, real estate moguls who lost everything, to contractors, construction workers, to online and offline entrepreneurs, to people that went to college and people that dropped out of high school, to drug addicts, and everything that you can imagine has said, okay, if I want to work online, how do I start? What do I do? And then they found this, or you just found this for the first time, and then it's working. And it's going to work over and over and over. It's actually going to work at a different level than I believe that we all thought was going to be good. It's going to be at a way higher level than we were thinking. Oh, I want to do this, and you're like, I want to earn this amount, $20,000. Let's say this, $100,000 a year. because a lot of people are like, I want to earn 100,000 a year.
Exactly.
Well,
you have to make a goal.
When you start earning that in a month, and then you're like, wait, I want to earn more than that now. Okay, and it's just I think it'll become fun where you're like, it's not greed. You're like, this is fun, exciting. I can share ideas and share wealth, and you can't help poor people if you're poor. So you can kind of turn it around. And I was poor. I was really poor. And I mean, so poor I couldn't even imagine the $25. Like, I'm talking poor for a long time, for a couple of years straight. And this was like working constantly. I remember waiting on a ClickBank check, and I said this before, but then I thought about it a little bit further. I had a ClickSure check, and it was like $2,700. I had a ClickBank check. I thought it was like $3,000 or $4,000. I'm like, I'm on top of the world. Everything's working, and none of the money just took forever. It was like they had sent it because I didn't even have an exact location. So when I received the check, my bank account's closed. So first I wired it, to Paul's, and as I wire it, like, the money never shows up. So then you're like, okay, refund it, start over, mail it. So then I mail it to my friends where I was staying, and then it doesn't show up, and then I'm leaving, and then I'm like, I've been borrowing money or asking for money for weeks, and this was already after being poor for, a long time. And after you feel like you've asked one too many favors, even though you're a good person and you're always like giving back and you're trying to like make it work, but you're never at peace. It's like the constant struggle of I'm not good enough, I'm not adequate, I'm embarrassed, I'm everything. You could feel it all, and then it just happened like that. It just was like boom. You forget that the money didn't show up for months, and that you were gonna. I always said to Paul, like, when's the last time you didn't survive? You survive every time. So it was like, okay, I'm always going to survive. I'm always going to make it.
Survival mode. Which is good. It's good because it kind of pushes you, to do more things. That's that's not a bad thing, but it's always good. Place for better. It's always place for better. And I like how last night you're mentioning about your dream. Having a piece of land, green everywhere. Sunny. I relate with you right away. I was like, oh, I want a piece of land, I want a farm, I want to go to Japan, like everything that, is just believe in those dreams and act, and they're going to happen. I believe in that. It's not just like positive thinking. It's just, you have to take a risk, and just do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, nobody's going to, come and grab your hand. You have to decide.
We're either going to, be either let down, constantly let down, or we're going to be, we're going to have courage and bravery, and we're going to act on our instincts. Because I think when you're really in a rough place, you can feel it when you need to make a particular decision, but it's so hard. It seems so hard. It almost seems like you're doing the wrong thing, because at that point, doing the right thing is so hard to feel. And so then you do the right thing, though, and then you can feel it, and then you can compound on it. And, I think that goes a lot back to branding. And what we're talking about, with branding, the one thing I recommend right off the bat is if you brand really who you are and what you love and what you're passionate about, whatever it is, then you're going to get results. You're going to get really good results when you do that. When I think about it, like, okay, I'm going to make blogs and videos of how to make almond milk. How you can make homemade almond milk, and things that are like simple that for me to make almond milk. I didn't know how to make almond milk 3 months ago, but to me it's like, wow, it's actually really better. It tastes better. It's more affordable. It's better for you. But then, like, it's such a simple thing to share with people. And you think, like, what does that have to do with business? That is business.
Exactly, that's business, yeah. Yeah,
that's what business is. If you want to be healthy and that's your passion, you can make millions of dollars by saying, hey, I want to be healthy. I want to teach you to be healthy.
I just want to share this with you. This is because,
that's it.
Again, we all learn. I learn from you. I learn from everybody.
Yeah.
And it's just about, sharing and be there and be present and be enthusiastic and be authentic. I believe in, just show who you are, you know, just be real.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
we're going to wrap things up. I really appreciate you coming out and sharing your story and letting us know that we're all welcome to come crash your place when we're in Chicago. We're all we're excited to visit your hometown.
I live so close, so everybody's welcome, you know.
Cool.
I live like 10 minutes away.
Oh, that's awesome.
From event. Yeah.
Well, I know that, I mean, there's a lot of people on the Hangout, over 100, and it's 130 people. I'm pretty sure it's about as many people we had upwards today, and I'm really thankful for you to share, and I think it encourages everyone. You know, you've done, congratulations for being on the leaderboard and for just sharing about that you're not actually, you haven't completely branded yourself, and I think it makes it easier for everybody to say, hey, we're kind of all at the same place. I mean, we all knew we should have done this a long time ago, or we're just being aware of it for the first time, but now there's no better time to start than today. There is only one today, and that's today. So
it's a place of growth, and guys, never stop learning. Never, like, read books, audios, videos, whatever. Never stop learning. That's, you know, that's my thing. That's what I do. But I recommend everybody to do the same, because it's a good thing. It's always a place for more.
Well, thank you to Vick. We appreciate you, Vick, and you know, we know that you have all this free time and you're watching all of our Hangouts, and we appreciate that too. And for your other mentor, Paulo, and how, you know, we got some really cool things planned with him, and some that he knows about and some that he doesn't. And I'm excited because I look at him, and the cool thing is this: he isn't my sponsor, my upline. He wasn't my friend in the past. I look at him as a mentor. You know, I look at what he does. I pay close attention, and I respect him. And so there's a lot that I'm able to personally learn from him. And one of the things that I always learn from people are those other people that they taught or that they shared with, how they act, how the students act, what they do. And so it's not a coincidence that you're the fourth person, fourth guest that we've had that it was mentored by Paulo.
Paulo, yeah. He's I don't even have words to describe it. He's an angel. Everything that I am now is because Paulo and Vick, of course. But Paulo, he's just there. He's so sincere and so authentic, and he's so willing to help.
Yeah.
I don't have even words to describe. It's just amazing. If I wrote him a message, he'll answer right away. He's there. He's there. This is, you know, that's why I want to model him. You know, I want to be you know, everybody needs mentors, models, superheroes. You know, he's my superhero. I totally believe in him.
That's awesome. Yeah, thank you, Paulo, and we look forward to having you on here as well for your first Google Hangout. And then all the people who attend, who come and support us, you know, that you're constantly here and you're watching this live. And then I know that we have a lot of people, and this will, you know, bring us to the end, but something I'd like to update you on is tomorrow morning, which will be nighttime in Italy, morning time in Hawaii, middle of the day in California, we're doing a Google Hangout with the Italian crew and Lino and his friends and guests and the people that all work, and they have, like, in Italy, they're trying to build this huge entire team, and so they bring a lot of value. We're going to bring them all into a Google Hangout, not all of them, but a few of them, and we're going to do that in the morning time Hawaii, and then we'll record it and we'll put it in here live. And then, yeah, and for those that are, you know, attend all the time, you know, I see Paul Ideen and Ginger Davis, Matt McGibbon, you know, just thank you, Melissa and Serges and Susie and Robert and, like, you know, Steve Elstrom, and you're constantly here live. And it's not trust me, I'm not, like, going to get my feelings hurt if nobody even shows up. I've done webinars, and it's the most awkward thing, by the way. Go do a webinar, and only, like, 10 people come in, and you're like, oh, no. It's totally different than doing a webinar for a lot of people, because then the pressure takes off. But this is cool when people are coming out and they're supporting what we're doing. They're giving us their feedback, and then people are watching this because you can log in and see all throughout the night. There's people watching this constantly and getting value from us who are getting up here and sharing. And for those who are here supporting, it's the same thing that I was just talking about. You know, you either have to support or you got to be the leader. You know, it doesn't matter. Like, the real leaders in anything support other leaders. It's always done in a different way. You know, and this was us just humbly, all of us saying, we're going to narrow down the walls, we're going to break down the fortresses, and we're going to share. And we're going to be here for one another. And thank you to all of you who come out.
Thank you. I so appreciate it.
Good. And
so much.
You know, it's a blessing having you. We'll see you in Chicago. Thanks for sharing about branding. We really appreciate it. And for, you know, the Big Idea Mastermind, guys, I've never seen anything like this. I watched the first 2 videos. I'm like, I already know my other mentor who we're going to bring on here, who has helped me tremendously before all this, before I went, you know, broke and lost everything. There was someone there who taught me a lot of stuff. And, you know, one thing he did share with me is he gave me that 7-figure blueprint webinar model thing that Vick has on his wall, okay? And I remember when we went through this, this mentor had paid thousands, I mean a lot of money, to over $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 to go and fly and learn from all the best about how to do webinars, how to present, and then he was able to share and teach some of it with me. And this was one of his pride and joy things, like, hey, look, this is something that you need a reference to as a Bible. And then Vick said, hey, you know, he's had that thing. He's been studying it, and he's been applying it. And he applied that same formula to the Big Idea Mastermind system to a T. And it's so good. This is so good that you can get people to take a look at your website and consider that success. That's success. It used to be that you had to get people to pay you for you to think you were successful. That's no longer the case here. It's changed. You get someone to see the website, then you're confident that you can take your efforts and then push that into just giving more value to people, because those people are going to like what they see, just like all of us do. They're going to see the value in it. They're going to take action, get started, and then they're going to get, you know, pulled in, and we're going to then help them, you know, and let them either be a leader if they're at that point, or develop them to become a leader. And so there's so much success to be had. Thanks a lot, Anka. We appreciate it. I know everyone's inspired to have you, and we'll see you again soon. Paulo, you know, typed in there as well. Thank you very much from Hawaii, and I will see you in Chicago. Have a great day.
That's the next thing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.